Howdy everyone, I hope you're having a great Monday night. You need to open up your Ian to page 81, and that is where you're going to take your notes today. If you want to go ahead and get your notes set up with your title and your chapter and the date and your essential question. Remember, at any time you can pause the video because I will not wait. I only get 5 minutes to record, so you can pause and rewind as much as you like. You're going to want to have your Ian, and you're also going to want to have your red textbook for this. On our red textbook, we are opened up at page 488. That's page 488. And the first thing you need to copy down is the two charts that you see on the screen. Those are actually on page 488. We are talking about customary units of measure. That's the units of measurement that we use here in the United States: inches, feet, yards, miles, ounces, pounds, tons, quarts, gallons, cups, and pints. The other unit of measure that we use is metric system. That's the metric system. You usually use it in science class, and a lot of the rest of the world measures everything in the metric system. The two tables you see here on the screen that are also on page 488 in your book are your basic units of measure. They're good things to use when you don't have a ruler in your hand to kind of guesstimate how long something might be. So an inch is going to be about the width of your thumb. A foot is going to be the distance from your elbow to your wrist. And what's really kind of funny, if you take your foot and put your heel in your elbow, it'll be the exact same length up to your wrist. So that's about a foot. When y'all are growing as sixth graders, it might not quite be a foot. It might only be about 8 to 10 inches right now. A yard is going to be about the width of a classroom. A mile is going to be 18 football fields. When we're talking about weight, ounce is about a slice of bread, a pound is going to be a loaf of bread, and a ton is a small car. In your assignment today, you're actually covering two different chapters. You're covering chapter 9.1 and 9.3. So 9.1, you're only going to be talking about the appropriate measure. So is it better to measure this in inches? Is it better to measure it in feet? It's all about common sense. In section 9.3, you're going to be learning to convert those measurements between inches and feet, yards and miles, ounces and pounds. All right, when you're converting between measurements, you always want to remember that when you're going from a small measurement to a larger measurement, so for example from inches, which are little, to feet, you're going to be dividing your numbers. So from a small measurement to a large measurement, you're going to divide. And if you're going the other way, you're going to multiply. So if you're going from a large measurement and the measurement to a small measurement, you're going to divide. And the reason for this, or to multiply, excuse me. The reason for this is because it takes a whole lot more inches to fill up the same amount of space as it did a foot. So you're going to multiply your measurements. Now, to know what to multiply, you're going to use your chart that you find on page 496 of your textbook. Has your chart of measures. And also in your own Ian on page 9 and 10, you have the state star chart that also has your measurements. So for example, if I had 81 inches and I wanted to change that into feet, I know that there is 12 inches in 1 foot. So that means I'm going to go from a small measurement to a bigger measurement. Then that means I'm going to divide. So I'm going to take 81 divided by 12, and that equals 6.75 when you punch it in your calculator. All right, if I want to go the other way, if I want to go, say I have 12 gallons, and I want to change that into quarts, I'm going from a big measurement to a small measurement. Therefore, I need to multiply. So I'm going to do 12 times 4, which equals 48.